Continuing coverage now on Election Day. Polls opened at 6:30 this morning. On the ballot, that 1-cent sales tax that would pay for transit projects for decades to come. It's a plan decades in the making.
Joining us now live is Andy Dulin, former Charlotte City Council member. He's been volunteering at the polls there in SouthPark all morning long. He was on council when the light rail first opened. Andy, good to talk to you. I believe this is Andy's first time using Zoom, so we're hoping everything goes okay. Thanks for taking time. We know you're volunteering. Listen, you've seen yourself the transformative effects of transit. You were there when the Blue Line first opened. If you were on council right now, would you support this transit tax that's on the ballot today?
It turns out, typically I'd be a no, but I'm a yes for this transit tax and for the moving our community forward. We've all seen the development that's happened along the Blue Line, down south toward Pineville and up toward NODA. If we can continue that momentum, what we're trying to build is a community where people want to come. We've built a wonderful city, and we just got to make it a welcoming community. And the kids, I've got two kids that are in their mid-20s, and they both live on the transit line, on the Blue Line, and they use it. And so I'm a yes on this one today, sir.
So, Andy, we know that you've represented District 6 for several years. We talked about District 6 so much. It's been evolving in recent years, leaning more blue. You live there. Do you think that District 6 is still a Republican district?
Just barely. I mean, all of these, this is one of the jokes. All these people we've invited to come live in Charlotte, I never really thought that they'd be Democrats when they moved here. But we're welcoming them, and we're glad to have them in our community. District 6 is a toss-up. I'm pulling for Christopher Bakari. I've worked hard. I've put out yard signs. I'm working the polls this morning for her and for Edwin. I think it's key that we have a Republican voice at large on the Charlotte City Council. And so everybody that hadn't voted yet needs to get out, Republican and Democrat, and vote, because today's the day when your voice gets heard.
I want to get your opinion on a couple of other things making news. There's been allegations of corruptions on city council this year. One council member facing federal indictment. What is your message to the folks on a legislative body where you once stood and sat for several years about restoring confidence with some of the voters?
Well, there's no secret to the fact that City Council has a bad reputation right now for not being smart enough to run the city that we've delivered to them that they ought to be smart enough to run. By the way, I support Mayor Lyles. I think she's a good mayor. She's an awfully nice lady. And so she's got her hands full keeping everybody in check down there and moving in the right direction as a group. I would just hope that the folks that are on City Council that win today, today's a big day, that win today can start studying their agenda books better. Know every line. When I was on City Council, I read every line of every agenda, and it's hours and hours of weekly study. Some of those folks might not be doing the right study. Some are still. Lawana Mayfield is a good friend of mine, and I promise you she comes to every meeting prepared. Ed Driggs in the South and Valentine, promise you he comes to every meeting prepared. Edwin Peacock, if he's elected today, Christopher Bakari, they will show up prepared. And so I just hope the city council can get up there. And, community safety, there's a new chief of police as of this week, and there's already controversy there. Those kind of things, they have got to get their arms wrapped around and get them fixed.
It is important.
I just will say to his point, I was a city council reporter 15 years ago when Andy was on city council. And I will say, I was shocked at the amount of homework they have to do and the reading they have to do every single week to be brought up to speed on all the. I mean, it's a part-time job,
right?
But it is a tremendous amount of work that they have to do to be read up on some of these issues.
And here's the thing, if you want that position, if you want to be a leader of the city, it is important that you are informed and that you're prepared. You have to do your homework. And so, Andy, I know that it's been a big day. It's been a busy morning for you. You started very early, but we'd like to get your reaction to the news, the death of Dick Cheney. We learned that this morning. Of course, he was a fellow Republican who, like you, he didn't always toe the party line. How do you think that Dick Cheney will be remembered?
Gosh, I always liked him. Not only because he was from the small state of Wyoming, because I thought that was cool. And of course, they have a lot of oil there. But I liked it when he was vice president for George Bush. He said, hey, I don't want to be president. I'm going to be the best vice president I can be. And he worked for that. And we didn't have to worry about him trying to upstage the president. I never met him, but I thought he was a really nice man, and I hope he's remembered well over the years.
All right, Andy Dulin, live from a polling precinct in SouthPark, doing the volunteering, doing the work of making our democracy work. Andy, a pleasure as always.
Yes, sir. Thank you.